back with another episode of Stuff I Can't Sell in My eBay Store because nobody wants it. It's okay. I have a lot of stuff and eventually everything sells. I welcome you if you are a returning viewer. I welcome you if you are a new subscriber or thinking about subscribing. Thumbs up. And if you've been shopping in my eBay store, double thumbs up. I thank you. I thank you. I've had a pretty busy morning. My nails are shot. I've been cutting up boxes so I can, it's for shipping lampshades or framed prints. So I've got myself, this is my third cup of coffee. It's not quite noon yet, so join me with your cup of coffee or your cup of tea. This episode, I have two hauls, two great hauls, and I'm going to share them with you. I'm going to show you what I've got and what's still in my eBay store. What do we start with? What do we start with? Oh my goodness. I'm going to choose. Oh, let's do nautical. I have just a single. Oh, I can't stand singles, but when it's got a lobster on it, I'm not going to pass. It's one of those mason jar coffee mugs with an applied lobster. Still in my eBay store, just a single. And then, oh my goodness, I love these. This is one of those old copper molds. Some people call them Jell-O molds. I call them just molds, M-O-L-D-S. This is a lobster, and this is in great condition. This is an old one. As you can tell from the inside, it's actually copper on top, applied over metal. It's got a little hang hook. Now the ones you'll often see are the newer ones, and it's basically copper tone, but this is actually copper. And it's in great condition. You know, in Texas, it's hard to find lobster things, nautical things. And when I do, they're really nicely priced. So I scoop them up. This is one of them. Love it. We'll stay on the nautical side for a bit more. This, again, I think if you've watched any of my previous videos, I talk about how I love clear glass. I really do. Some people are saying that clear glass is out and colored glass is in. I beg to differ. And I also love the anchor hocking glassware. They always have nice dishes. Platters. This one is an anchor hocking from the 1970s. It's a divided dish platter, and it's got the scalloped edges. It's got the divided sections, and it's a beautiful seashell or a clamshell. And it's just beautiful. It's got the ribbing, and I don't know if that's not quite frosting. It's just textured on the back and the front. Just beautiful. Again, I do love the platters that Anchor Hocking puts out. And there are some lovers out there of those, and there are those that maybe not so much, but I will usually scoop them up. I will. Silver plate. big thing now. I believe that's what I've heard. And I got these. This is one of those scissor style salad fork and spoon, or you can call it a spork. That's what I sometimes call it. This is, I'll put it up close. I'm not certain if you're going to be able to read it, but I'll try. It's Raymond, Italy, silver plate, and I do not polish my silver plate. I sell as is. I actually love the patina. And in my previous videos, I talked about a lobster fest that I had. And I had this in one of my dishes to serve my salad. Very nice. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Oh, I guess I went off course with nautical. These are some boats. These are 3 rowboats. Let me show them to you. Green, brown, and yellow. And they are Cardinal China, and they are made in the USA, shrimp boats. Now, I noticed that the ones that I've seen had this, I guess you could say a pole, and had a bit of a sail. These, when I got these at the thrift store, were sans their sail. So it's just the 3 shrimp boats. I'll show you the back. Let's see, here we go. The 3 colors I have are the yellow, I call this brown or tan, and they all have the same impression on the back, and this one's the green one. These make great appetizer bowls for your shrimp or whatever you'd like. And I have all 3 of those in my eBay store. Just a quick note, I do have them listed separately because I noticed that some people are just trying to buy one to replace maybe one that broke. But I have one of those things where if you buy one or more if you buy more than one, that you get a discount. If you buy all 3, for instance, and mine are nicely priced. I was telling you in a previous video that our days of being a snowbird here in Texas are winding down quickly. And just a reminder, everything that you see here is what I call Texas inventory. And all of this inventory will end and stay in Texas effective April 1st. That's in less than a week. And then later that evening on the 1st, I will begin to put up my Maine inventory listings. It's a real smooth process. And until we actually leave, I'll give myself a few days to kind of relax. And well, I don't know how relaxing it is to kind of pack up the house here that we've been in for 4 months for the winter, but a little downtime. And until I leave, until my store closes, or it doesn't really close, until that Texas inventory closes, I have a 1-day handling. On the other end, for Maine, when those listings go up, there's a bit of a lag time until we return for shipping time. And then as soon as I get back, I go back to my 1-day handling. You know, as a buyer myself on eBay, I so much look forward to getting my whatever I have bought. So I'm a stickler with 1-day handling. All right, let's keep going. Tapestry. I love tapestry, wall tapestries. And this is a one from Belgium. Now what I'm going to do This one is 57 inches long by 19 inches wide. I may have to go back here to be able to show you this. I'm gonna, yep, I think I can show you it all. I'm gonna show you the whole thing first. And then I'll show it to you up close. It's in great condition. There are no holes. There are no rips or tears, no stains. It's just, and I'll show you the Made in Belgium stamp on the back here. But it's just, it's lovely. And I describe this as a Spanish street market scene. I guess I think it's kind of Edwardian style. What do you think? But up close, I always kind of, when I look at things like this, I always think, if I were one of these characters, which one would you be? Let me know in the comments. Which one of those characters would you be? And it does have the edges. These are fringed at the two ends. And it's in great condition. Still in my eBay store. Let's get this folded up here. I've got one for you. I need your help on this one. I got this at the thrift store, and I don't know what it is. It's glass. It has an opening. I guess I initially thought it was a heart-shaped. It could also be a spade. So I'm trying to figure out, I don't know. It's one of those things where I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what I was buying, but I got it anyway. So tell me in the comments what you think this is. So, still in my eBay store. Okay. Let's see, this is from the 1960s, maybe the 1950s too. One of those syrup pitchers. It's got a lovely bottom. And this is actually from the Federal Tool Corporation. Now, I'm not certain what a tool company would be doing making these, but I can't question it. I love it. It's got you pull that back and you pour your syrup on your waffles or your French toast or your pancakes. Now this used to be pink. And how do I know that? Because the inside is pink. So this has actually been, the outside is now what I call a beige, maybe a little pink hue to it, but definitely faded. In my eBay store. Some pottery. This is hobbyist pottery, and I love dragonflies. So when I saw this, I couldn't resist. It's speckled pottery. This is probably a small pot for a planter. Clean inside. No issues. And then there's a bit of a leafy or a fern design, and with another dragonfly. And I do appreciate hobbyist art. So this one caught my eye because of him. There is no marking on the bottom. And I love it. Now these are still in my eBay store. And if you love mushrooms, you don't have to grow these. These come to you just like this. I don't know who the maker is. It's pottery, glazed. One is and it's kind of a confetti speckle. This is a red. And this one is the blue. And see? Instant mushroom garden. Still in my eBay store. I don't know why. And then, I think I've told you before that I don't usually buy things for resale made in China. But every so often, I break my rule and I do get something when I find it's unique. And I thought this was unique. This is one of those gumball machine, candy machine for 5 cents. And it's a lidded candy jar. So now, obviously, it's not working. It's made to look like a candy machine. And it's got a really nice lid. A little wear on the top of that knob, but it's got the sealing lid. And isn't that novel? You can, for those of you who have a sweet tooth, you put in your, I don't know, Skittles, M&Ms, gumballs. What would you put in there? Now, on the bottom, it is where it says, Made in China. But it is food safe, if you want to believe that. Anyway, it's great. And there are a few others like this on eBay, but I think I'm the only one that has the gray painted. Nice, nice, nice. I thought it was. And then this is actually a leftover from Valentine's Day. Actually, it's not a leftover from Valentine's Day. I got this at the thrift store after this most recent Valentine's Day, and I just thought it was great. It's a heart basket with a braided handle with a whole bunch of dangling hearts. And it was funny because when I was trying to take a picture of this for my eBay, it's like it doesn't take much movement to get those hearts dancing. So then I'd have to sit there and wait for the hearts to stop dancing. And then if I happened to bump the table, it would make them dance again. So taking pictures of this basket was kind of a hilarious ordeal. Nice basket, very nice. I do have some watchers on this, and I love it myself. Now, let's see. Let me just take tally here, make sure I showed you all my goodies. I've got one more thing, and this is a DIY project, a leftover from this past Christmas. I did this a couple of years ago, and I would use this for a display basket near my poinsettias. I love poinsettias at Christmas. And I took ribbon and stiffened it with hot Mod Podge and gave it a handle. Well, actually, it has a handle. I just put that on the handle. As you can see, the handle is on the inside. And then let me show you the bow, I guess you could say. It's made to look like a wavy bow. I also applied 2 cutouts of poinsettias inside. This was just a plain white handled basket. And I haven't done any recent DIY projects, but I used to do a lot of basketry upcycle and things like that. And do any of you do that? Do you do that? Did you do it for a certain holiday or just whenever? All right, that was the end of haul number 1. Stay on board. I have a second haul, and following this, I'll show you the quick reel. That reel is what I use to take a quick video of things before I put them up on eBay. And that incentivizes me to put them, once I've done that reel, it incentivizes me to get those listed. So, and then after that quick reel, I will show you what I did sell. And then come right back, stay on board. I have haul number 2. Now, keep an eye out for the one item I did not show you because it sold. And after this quick reel, I'll let you know what the buyer paid and what my profit was. Coming up is what the buyer paid for the item. That does include tax and shipping. And then my net profit is the order total, minus tax, minus eBay fee, minus the shipping label, what it costs to send that to the customer, and minus what I paid for it. I bought this lovely lime green Franciscan ware pitcher at a thrift store in Mount Pleasant, Texas for $3. Okay, we are back. The second haul of my episode of what is still in my eBay store. Don't mind me, I'm gonna take a good gulp of that coffee, light and sweet. How do you have yours? Or do you not drink coffee? Okay, let's get started. I had come across, these were free picks, and I couldn't believe somebody left these in a box, roadside. I actually had a total of 12 of these. Late summer, early last fall, I sold 8 of them. And I still have, well, I actually sold all 12. There's a story behind this. These are, I'll get to my story, Franciscan, and hopefully you can read the Franciscan. The style is Desert Rose, and these are beautiful. I know a few people that have this dishware set and the glasses. I don't, but boy, you know, I'm thinking that maybe it's something I need to have for my own. So the story behind these glasses is that I had gotten 12 of them. I sold 8, and I sold to one person, and then 4 to one person. And they were for Christmas or a Christmas gift, and they did not arrive in time. So unfortunately, I had to accept the return. It was not her fault, not my fault, But the United States Postal Service did a big bad thing. They just, it was well before Christmas. It was the beginning of December. But I had sent, let me correct myself. First of all, I sold all 12, 4 to one customer and 8 to another. The 8 are what ended up being returned to me. So I'm just showing you a couple here, but I have a total of 8 of these in my eBay store. I'm selling them by sets, like you can get 2 at a 2, or if you want, you can get more. And I have it set up so that the more you buy, the more you save. There's a discount on multi-purchase. So going back to my story, I had sent it way in the start of December, and they were going from Maine to Florida. Well, they made it to Florida, hung around in some post office for quite some time, and then went to Puerto Rico. Oh my goodness, you can tell all that because if you purchase on eBay, you can track your package. I was mortified. The customer who bought them was mortified because Christmas was drawing near, and she didn't get them in time for her Christmas party. She was going to give them as a gift. Secret Santa gift, I think, or something like that. Anyway, I accepted the return, and that's why I now have 8 of these. Otherwise, she was really saddened that she couldn't get them. But these are 12-ounce, either water goblets, wine goblets, and I do have 8 available in my eBay store. And you can purchase all 8 of them, or just 2. Another glass item. This is just a simple green glass. There was a I know there was a candle in this, but this is just a simple candle jar. Clean. I've cleaned it out. I remember there was wax that I removed. That's still in my eBay store. Now, my previous videos have talked about lamps and lampshades. So I'm going to give you 2 examples of lamps. These are simple candlestick lamps. And let's see, the black one is 22 inches high, and I measure height is from the base to where the light bulb sits. And these are without shades. They do have a harp holder. They have a good cord. All of my lamps, before they get listed, I verify that they are in great working condition. There are times when I have rewired lamps, and in this case, neither one of these have been rewired. This one is dated August or 0801. It's got the sticker on the back, and it's just a simple black hexagon, right? 6-sided base, and that's all metal, Lovely. And then this one is also all metal, and that one was 22 inch. This is 27 inch, and it's from the top or from the bottom to the top to the bottom. Again, good cord. Now this one does not have any bottom on it, and I left it like that because I don't know, sometimes it's nice to be able to see the age. When you buy lamps, sometimes the maker is on the inside, or sometimes there's just what's underneath the lamp is often important and hidden by that felt or whatever is covering. Now this is all metal, and this is made to look, I would say this is painted to make It's like speckled bronze. Then the column of this candlestick lamp is, I would call that a very dark maroon. And again, it's got the little drip pan. Makes it look old. I don't know the age of these. Well, that one was dated 80. I don't know the age of this one. This one looks older, and it's just my guess based on the inside. It probably is older than the other one. So those are two lamps that I have in my eBay store. Now, I'm going to give you a heads up. I know as you listen to my videos, I talk about returning to Maine. I have 2 storage garages jam-packed full of great things. Just before I left to come down here, I organized them, and I call it organized clutter. I can get around, and I know where everything is, but I want to let you know on a secret. I have about 300 lamps that I'm going to be wanting to turn over, to put into my eBay store. And I have just a few here in Texas. My honey hole, I guess you could say, for getting lamps is a place where I go junking and picking in Northeast Texas. Same place that I get my lampshades. Now, these 2 lampshades that I show you are the, I think they're called, I've got a cheat sheet over here because I can never remember. It's called the Cut Corner. Where is it? Yeah. Cut Corner, yeah. Somewhat square. It's got the cut corners. This one is if I put that up close, you may or may not see the striations, but it's a beige or very light tan with a white silky lining. And the other one is white and white. It's, again, a cut corner lampshade with a spider fitter. In my last video, I talked about fitters. So you might want to check that out if you haven't seen it already. Again, white and white. And I have done really well with lampshades in my eBay store. And along the same lines of lamps, I do have lots of lampshades back in Maine. So I don't want you to be disappointed if you see these Texas items end on the 1st of April. I will quickly begin to put up Maine inventory, and I have a lot of good things there. Matter of fact, I may need to ask your help in decluttering those storage garages. I'll tell you more about what my plans are for my return to Maine in my next video. This is the last item from this haul, and it's heavy cast iron. It's one of those bases where you can put your patio umbrella or your cafe table umbrella in. It's got the nice, is that fleur-de-lis or a scroll type base? Again, this is secondhand, but nice and clean, no cracks. It's just marvelous. There we go, in my eBay store, still in my eBay store. So what I'm gonna do is, that was a quick and short haul. And I'm gonna show you the quick reel of that. All those items that are in that reel are what I showed you, nothing sold. It's okay, eventually everything sells. You know what happens is when I close down my Texas inventory, when my husband and I return back in usually the start of December, I have inventory to begin when we get here. Or if we even sneak down here, late summer, early fall. I sometimes throw a few items up from my Texas inventory. What I will show you, because nothing from this haul sold, is also in the last several weeks, I've been using Facebook Marketplace, and I've sold some great pieces of furniture, and there are three pieces of furniture that I'll show you that I sold from my storage garage, which is being closed before we leave here, and I'll show you what they sold for, and then maybe we'll talk more about Facebook Marketplace and putting up listings and being either a seller or a shopper on Facebook Marketplace. But in the meantime, I hope you enjoy my videos. I hope you enjoy this video, and let me know in the comments below maybe what your favorite item was. And I will be I think my previous video said that I was going to be doing 2 more of these or 3 more of these. After this one, I will only have 1 more episode of what is still in my eBay store, because I need to kind of wrap things up and have a little downtime. And I've been selling some great things out of my eBay store, and I just want to make sure that I hold to my 1-day handling. So until I see you again, and it might be earlier than usual, have a great day. See you soon. I hope you don't go anywhere, because after this quick reel, and I did try to speed it up for you, I'm going to show you 3 pieces of furniture that I sold on Facebook Marketplace, and I'll let you know what I paid for the items and what the buyers paid. Hold on, coming up real soon. This very unique, and I call it a demi-lune secretary desk, was a great free pick and a flip as is. This 12-foot length church pew, I really wanted to refinish it, never did, so I basically flipped it. And I love the old sewing machines, but they're really a dime a dozen because there are so many of them out there. This treadle sewing machine, cabinet only, was a flip. And this has not sold yet, and I really want to keep it. This is a wall cubby shelf unit from a retired East Texas hardware store. It's mine.